7 Billionaire Homes of Europe. Where do Europe's richest people live? The continent of Europe collectively has one of the biggest economies in the world, and so it makes sense that they would have a significant number of billionaires on the continent. According to Forbes, out of 2,668 billionaires in the world, Europe currently accounts for 592. This is a major drop from 628 a year ago as a result of the effects of the Russian-Ukrainian war. Europe also has some of the world's most popular billionaires if we factor in the Queen of England and the Russian oligarchs. However, when it comes to the top 7 billionaires in Europe, neither makes the list. Then who are Europe's top 7 billionaires? We all know how grand Buckingham Palace is and how big the Russian oligarchs love to live life. It makes you wonder what kind of homes Europe's top billionaires live in. So in this video, we'll focus on the 7 billionaire homes of Europe. Let's get started. Bernard Arnault. Bernard Jean-Étienne Arnault is currently the richest person in Europe and the second richest person on the planet. Unless you know your billionaires, Bernard Arnault is not a name that easily comes to mind. However, his businesses and brand are one of the most popular brands in the world. Bernard Arnault is chairman and CEO of LVMH, Moet Hennessy Louis Vuitton, and chairman of Christian Dior SE. Some of the brands under these companies are Christian Dior, Louis Vuitton, Tag Heuer watches, Dom Perignon champagne, Sephora, Fenty, etc. The French billionaire is known to have an impressive real estate portfolio spread all over the world. However, exact figures on the worth of his portfolio are yet to be ascertained. This is because most of his homes are bought by an LLC and not under his name. However, it's been reported he has a real estate portfolio of over $125 million in Los Angeles alone. But we know he's a lover of France and should have an impressive collection there too. Bernard Arnault is said to live in a beautiful 150-year-old castle surrounded by vineyards in northwest Saint-Emilion in Bordeaux, France. It has belonged to the Arnault family since 1998. Francoise Bettencourt Meyers. The French businesswoman is currently the richest woman in the world and placed as the 14th richest person on the planet, according to Forbes' 2022 Richest People ranking. She is a billionaire heiress and popularly known as the chairwoman of L'Oréal. As a billionaire heiress, not only did she inherit shares of L'Oréal worth billions from her mother, but she also got a sizable part of the real estate. Although there are sketchy details about each home, there's no doubt the richest woman in the world has an extensive real estate portfolio. Francoise inherited the lavish Parisian mansion of her mother, Liliane. The property is in Neuilly-sur-Seine, a posh neighborhood west of Paris. In France, Neuilly-sur-Seine is known as a power suburb, a place not only of wealth, but also of influence. Then there's a vacation home of Bettencourts in Arcueust Headland, Brittany, Western France. This is the mansion she lived in as a child. The estate has 25 rooms, as well as a tennis court and a swimming pool. Amancio Ortega. Amancio Ortega is a Spanish billionaire businessman, founder and former chairman of Inditex Fashion Group. The company is best known for its chain of Zara and Bershka clothing and accessories shops. He's currently the 23rd richest person in the world. He overtook Bill Gates as the richest person in the world sometime in 2015. According to Bloomberg, the Spanish billionaire's sprawling real estate portfolio rose to $15.5 billion in 2022. Although Amancio Ortega is the richest person in Spain, he's regarded as one of the world's most reclusive billionaires. Very little is known about his private residence for someone with expensive properties in some of the world's priciest locations. Ortega and his wife Flora live in a discreet apartment building in La Coruña, Spain, near a major port on the Atlantic Ocean. He also bought one of the tallest skyscrapers in Spain, the Torre Picasso in Madrid. The building stands 515 feet and was said to have cost $536 million. Dieter Schwarz. The German billionaire is currently the 28th richest person in the world and also arguably the richest person in Germany. Dieter Schwarz is the former chairman and CEO of Lidl and Kaufland. He's not a popular name when it comes to the world's top billionaires, but he holds his weight in the European continent. If you thought Amancio Ortega was secret enough, you haven't met Dieter Schwarz. Schwarz is known to be very protective of his privacy, and as such, only a handful of media recordings of Schwarz exist, and he mostly refuses any kind of interview. Also, good luck trying to find many photos of him online. Rodolphe Saadé. Rodolphe Saadé is a Franco-Lebanese businessman and chairman of the CMA-CGM Group, a world leader in logistics support. He's the third richest person in France and the 31st richest person in the world. He's said to live in Marseille, France. As with most of these top European billionaires, other than the city he lives in, there's nothing much on his property. If you're worth enough to have made the list, best believe he's got an impressive real estate portfolio. Drawing from the fact that he's a great ambassador of the French countryside, it's safe to assume that most of his real estate would be in France. Francois Pinault. Francois Pinault is a French billionaire businessman and the founder of the holding company luxury group Kering in the investment company Artemis that owns brands like Gucci and Christie's Auction House. He's the 32nd richest person in the world. He's also got an impressive real estate portfolio. It's said that he paid $32 million for a historic mansion in the Chelsea neighborhood of London. The mansion was designed by Philip Webb in 1868. It's also said to have triple-height ceilings. The house was previously owned by Professor Bernard Neville, who bought the house for approximately $110,000 and spent over 30 years perfecting the interior. He also has a home in Bel Air, Los Angeles, which he bought for $16.5 million. The property is a 6,400-square-foot mansion known as the Singleton House. The house was originally built in 1959 and is said to have 4 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms. The property has a pool, spa, and gardens. The stones in the garden were arranged by sculptor Isamu Noguchi. There are glass walls throughout the home, and the master suite has a sitting room, a Japanese soaking tub, and a steam room. Klaus Michael Kuehne. Klaus Michael Kuehne is a German billionaire who co-founded the international transport company Kuehne+Nagel. He's currently the 33rd richest person on the planet. He owns roughly 30% of shipping and logistics company Hapag-Lloyd, a holding he has steadily increased in recent years. Klaus Michael Kuehne lives in Schindellegi, Switzerland, but is a proud German. Unfortunately, not much is known about his real estate portfolio. Some Europe billionaires with notable homes. Unlike their American counterparts, the top European billionaires do not seem to live a flashy and open life. However, there are some European billionaires whose homes stand out. Queen Elizabeth II. The official residence of the Queen is Buckingham Palace. The palace has 775 rooms, and the garden is the largest private garden in London. The rooms include 19 staterooms, 52 royal and guest bedrooms, 188 staff bedrooms, 92 offices, and 78 bathrooms. In measurements, the building is 108 meters long across the front, 120 meters deep, including the central quadrangle, and 24 meters high. Roman Abramovich. Roman Abramovich became a popular world billionaire with his purchase and successes as the owner of the English Premier League club Chelsea. If you didn't know him at the time, news about his sale of the club and sanctions from countries because of his ties to Vladimir Putin should do it. Abramovich has always loved the good life and has an impressive real estate portfolio to match. The one that makes the list here is his Kensington mansion in London, located behind Kensington Palace. The mansion is valued at £125 million and has 15 bedrooms. Vladimir Putin. The list cannot be complete without the infamous president of Russia, Vladimir Putin. He's reported to own a billion-dollar mansion, designed by Italy's Lanfranco Cirillo, the go-to architect for Russia's elite. The Italianate-style palace spans a whopping 190,000 square feet, making it more than 3 times bigger than the White House. While it's said to have just 11 bedrooms, the property has many rooms inside. Europe's top billionaires are either too conservative or don't bother much about living in opulence and exotic mansions. Do you think they're a bit too secretive? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments section. Also, if you found this video informative and entertaining, please share it with your friends. Also, kindly give this video a thumbs up. and subscribe to the channel for more inspiring videos. See you in the next video.